Hello everyone, hi and welcome to the channel of Wall Street Mojo. To know more about this video, amalgamation versus merger, watch the video till the end, and also if you're new to this channel, then you can subscribe us by clicking the bell icon that's given below. Welcome everyone, and today we have a topic is called the amalgamation versus the merger, which is basically a part of the investment banking guide. Well, as the name suggests, it is basically an M&A, mergers and acquisition. Well, today we are going to learn a difference between them. There is a people think it is the same. No, absolutely not. Well, there is a very sharp difference between them. We are going to study the same today. So, amalgamation and mergers. First, let me run you through amalgamation. See, amalgamation is basically consolidation or combination of two or more companies, which is known as amalgamating companies. So usually these companies, they operate in the same or probably in a similar line of business to form a completely new company. Whereas merger, if you see, merger refers to consolidation of two or more business entities to form a one single joint entity with the new management structure and new business ownership. With both the entities join hands and they decide to merge together as a one unit with a name to gain a competitive advantage and synergy in the operation. Okay, let me start with what is merger. Well, the merger is basically the process wherein the two or more companies, entities, they are combined together to form a new company, okay, or an existing company absorbing the other target company. So basically, it's a process to consolidate, you can say, multiple businesses, okay, into one business entity. Okay, so how does that go? It's like there's ABC company, then there is a PQR company, and that forms as XYZ corporation entity or probably ABC corporation. So, well, let's start. Let me run you through the process of merger. Well, merger may involve possibility something like this. Let's say a new entity XYZ corporation will be formed to house the assets and liabilities of the existing entities. And hence, the survival of these existing entities, ABC Corp or probably PQR, they cease to exist. So, the ABC Corp, being relatively stronger entity, it is absorbing the PQR Corp. And hence, the resultant entity being absorbing, that is ABC Corp. But now, I'll teach you what is exactly amalgamation. See, amalgamation is a type of a merger process in which you can say two or more companies, it's in the process which two or more companies, they combine the business to form entirely a new entity or a business, and the amalgamation is appropriate arrangement within wherein two or more companies operate in the same business, and thus the amalgamation helps in reduction, you can say, in the operational cost due to operational synergy. Okay, well, here it's something like this. There is ABC, there is XYZ, okay, and they amalgamate as in then a new company comes up into picture called JKL. So here ABC Corp and XYZ Corp will cease to exist after the amalgamation process, resulting in a new entity called JKL Corp. Okay, well, now we are going to study a difference with the help of infographics. So let's understand the definition first. See, merger, it means two or more companies are they combined, A plus B, to form either a new company, that is C, or an existing company absorbing, that is A, acquiring B, the other target companies, and merger is processed to consolidate the multiple business into one business entity. So all the amalgamation are the part of merger. Now, in case of amalgamation, it is a type of basically a merger process in which two or more companies, they combine together to form a new entity, and all the, so basically 2 or more, A plus B, they form a C, and all the mergers are not amalgamation. Remember this. All mergers are not amalgamation, because here also A plus B is equal to C, here is also A plus B is equal to C, but here A is acquiring B at the same time. So make sure you make a distinguishing characteristics between the same. Here minimum 2 companies are required, as one absorbing company will survive after the absorbing the target company. Here minimum 3 are required, as amalgamation of 2 or more results into 3. Now let's understand the size of the companies. Merger. In merger process, the size of the absorbing company is relatively larger. So the company which is acquiring is larger than the absorbing company. That is the, so the selling company is basically the absorbing company, and the purchasing company is a company which is acquiring. In amalgamation, the size of the target companies are comparable. Resultant entity. Merger. One of the existing company may absorb the target company for merger, and hence they may retain the identity. They absorb the first target entity, and the A will retain its own existence. In case of amalgamation, existing company lose their identity and the new company is formed. A plus B is equal to C. Impact on the shareholders. Here the shares of the absorbing company are given to the shareholders of the absorbed company. That is, the purchasing company has given to the shareholders the shares to the selling company. Here all the shareholders in the existing companies becomes the shareholder in the new entity. That's the difference. Then the impact on the shares. Merger. Shares of the absorbing company are given to the shareholders of the absorbed company, and in a similar fashion, new entity process are given to the shareholders of the existing company. Now, what are the driver for this kind of consolidation? What is that one driver that is affecting? Here it is mostly driven by the absorbing company, the company which is acquiring. Here the amalgamation process is initiated by both companies interested, A plus B. The accounting treatment. Assets and liabilities of the absorbed or the acquired company is consolidated into. And here the assets and liabilities of the existing entity are housed and transferred into the balance sheet of the new formed entity. Examples. Here, let's say Tata Steel and UK-based Chorus Group, with results into being Tata Steel Chorus Group, lost its identity in the Chorus, because Tata Steel is acquiring their UK-based Chorus Group. So Chorus lost its identity and it's now the part of Tata. Now here in amalgamation, the consolidation of 2 companies, Mittal Steel and Arcelor. So they result into new entity called ArcelorMittal. Both Mittal Steel and Arcelor Group lost their identity in the process. I hope that after learning these concepts, you are clear about how we are going with the things. So, what are the key differences which I'm going to make you learn here? So, there is a very fine difference between both of them. We'll quickly run you through. First, there is a very fine difference between amalgamation versus merger, as both the processes are a way to consolidation of the multiple companies. Amalgamation is basically, let me just write here, merger here. Here, amalgamation is very thin difference between amalgamation versus merger because of the consolidation of multiple companies. Here, it is a type of the consolidation process used under merger. And amalgamation basically results in the formation of entirely a new company. However, merger is a consolidation process where in resultant company may be new or probably the existing company. Here, minimum 2 companies are involved in the merger. However, minimum companies are required for amalgamation process. Now, the size of the company in the amalgamation process are comparable level. However, the size of the company in case of the merger process is different size, and as an absorbing company is expected to be relatively larger size than the size of the absorbed company. The assets and liability of the existing company in case of the amalgamation process are transferred to entirely a new entity However, the assets and liabilities of the absorbed entity in the merger process are consolidated to absorbing entity. Here, the shares of the absorbing company are given to the shareholders of the absorbed company in the merger process. However, the share of the new company, new entity, is formed and are given to the shareholder of the existing entities in the amalgamation process. Well, after all these differences, let me make you learn why these companies they go for amalgamation or probably merger. Well, first, diversification into multiple industry without going through any hurdles. It starts afresh. Second, to achieve the economic or you can say economies of scale for cost optimization and access to higher large market effective utilization of resources. Third, to achieve the operational synergy by targeting companies in the same industry, similar product lines. Next, to achieve the growth targets, okay, in lesser time. So the advantage of like taxation by combining a loss-making company with a profit-making company, thereby reducing the tax liability. Then you can say, there is a reduced competition in the market in a specific industry by combining two entities. Then you can say to achieve effective financial planning. Okay, that can be one of the reasons. With the resultant entity having a bigger balance sheet to utilize the financial resource effectively. Then you can say the increased control over value chain in a specific industry by way of forward integration or backward integration. So after this, let me make my final conclusion on this. Amalgamation versus merger, they both are the processes of consolidation of two or more companies into new entity or an existing entity absorbing the target entity. And in a process, a resulting entity may be a new entity or maybe can be an existing one. Amalgamation is type of a consolidation process under a merger, and in amalgamation process, two or more companies combine to form a new entity. Both of them, the process helps the company to achieve their goals such as growth, increase in shareholders' value, and increase economies of scale, synergy, access to larger market, new geographies, and they enter into the new industry. I hope you have got a fantastic idea regarding this particular topic. If you have learned watching this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe the channel for all the latest updates. So please like, comment on this video and subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates. Thank you everyone once again for joining this video, this session. Cheers.